Now there's the result set. So result set object is similar to a 2D array. Each call to next moves to the next record in the result set, and you must call next before you can see the first result record, and it returns false when there is no more results record. So you have to keep doing next. So you can iterate your records. The class results set has getter method like get blob. If your column, the column which you are getting here, and that column is blob, so you have to say get blob. That column is integer, so you have to say get int. If there is a char varchar, so get a string, right? If it is some kind of object if you are looking, so get object. So it is having getter and setter method. Okay. So if there is a date time there, you can say get date. If it is a byte, get int. So there's a number of methods we are having which will help you to get the data from the table, right? So we can say there is a get xx method. Not only next we are having, there is some previous method, first method, last method, which will help you to go previous. If your record set is scrollable, then you can go first, last directly. A default result set object is not updatable and has cursor that only move forward. So when the result set we are getting, by default it is not updatable. It is just like forward move only. You can come from top to bottom. You cannot go from bottom to top again. So many database drivers supports scrollable and updatable result set object. So if you set a property that my result set will be scrollable or updatable, that when we are getting the result set, at that time I will update the records. So you can do that one. In that case, you have to pass some parameters in the create a statement. We are writing cont.create a statement. So there you have to pass some kind of result set property. So scrollable result sets simply provide a cursor to move backwards and forward through the records of result set. Updatable, which will help you to modify and update the content of the result set. Result set a static type constant, type forward only, type scrollable. These are the properties you have to set in your create a statement method. So I have to write result set dot type forward only, result set dot type scroll insensitive, a type scroll sensitive. So these methods, these integer parameters we have to pass there when we are writing create a statement. So look at here, the create a statement is here, connection dot create a statement. So in the create a statement we are passing result set dot comma result set dot. You can maximum pass 3 argument here. So concurrent, updatable. So if you're passing this, your record will be updatable, and you can update your record during result set view only. I have some more examples, so we'll find out that and understand what is happening with that example. So what is happening? We have taken a string here. The drivers I store as a string, and URL I have stored as a string here. And whenever we need connections or driver, we are passing the driver here. This variable we are passing here. So the driver will get loaded, and if we need a connections, we'll pass the database URL there when we're writing connections cont. So there on the top, if you can see, I just written database URL. So the URL will come and the connection will get established. So I'll get the object. With the help of that object, I am creating a statement, intern resulting a statement, and then saying execute query. So returning result set here after executing the query. Now there is a result set metadata. This result set hold the data. This result set metadata hold data about data, means what is the column name, what is the column type, how many columns. Okay, all this we can get. So metadata dot get column cont, this will give you the column, total column. So here we are navigating in for loop, and then we are saying metadata get column name I. So first column name, second column name, third column name. It will keep displaying all the column name once, and then print line, and then display my result. So column name will also come. So you need not to write column name manually here. This result set metadata will help you to retrieve the column name from the database table. And then we are just writing some catch block, and after that finally, and then saying try statement dot close and connection dot close. So finally we are closing the connections here after using this applications flow, right? So let us understand the class.forName. The database driver must be loaded before connecting to the database. The static method forName of the class is used to load the class for the database driver. So this method throws the checked exceptions, class not found exceptions. So that's why you have to throw class not found exceptions, or you have to try catch these exceptions, as you have seen the previous example. And you need to include this mysql connector.jar file in your class path, then only the driver will get loaded, or else you can copy this mysql.jar in the jre leave ext folder. So in that case you need not to set class path once it has been set to the external folder of your JDK. Okay. Next is the prepare statement. Prepare statement will help you to send parameterized query, and the statement interface used to execute a static SQL statement that contains no parameters. Okay, so that is the difference here between statement and prepare statement. While prepare statement, which extend the statement interface, is used to execute a pre-compiled SQL statement with or without in parameter, and this will help you to execute parameterized query. In a statement no parameter query, if you are willing to run procedures and all, we are having callable statements. So statement is on the top. From a statement, prepare statement has been derived. From prepare statement, there is another callable statement has been derived. Callable statement. And from a statement, there is one top. There is a wrapper also. Okay. So this is the hierarchy of the interfaces which you are having. Wrapper, statement, prepare statement, then what? Callable statement. Yeah. So look at this, how we can pass the parameterized query now. So here we are having prepare statement. If you can look at here, connection dot prepare statement, insert into bikes by columns values. So these are the parameters. What is the value? At this place it is not known. So once my program will run, if I enter something, that will get replaced, that question mark with proper values. So we have some set method. So what we have to do, let us say this is pst empty object. So dot, I have to do dot set a string, set int, first column, second column, what value, I have to pass it there, and this will return a prepare statement, not a statement here. So I have write prepare statement object equal to connection dot prepare statement, and this is mistake here. So it is just prepare statement. So there's a set x method where you can pass the parameter index and value. Let us say you're having 10, 20 per questions marks. So first question mark with this value, second question mark with this value. So I have to keep passing all the set x, means if it first is integer, set int. If second is a character, set string. If it is date, set date. You have to do here. Okay. We'll see the examples. So we are having set a string method as for example. Okay. Once the parameter is set, the prepare statement is executed. Like any other SQL statement, you can call execute query, execute update, or execute method for that sake. Okay. So you need not to pass any query in the execute update execute or execute query. There is a RowSet interface provides several set methods that allow the programmer to specify the properties needed to establish the connections such as database URL, username, password, and create a statement. So interface RowSet also provides several get method that return these properties. So you can see this URL for more information the RowSet. RowSet interface. There are two types of RowSet object, connected and disconnected. A connected RowSet object connects to the database once and remain connected until the application terminates. A disconnected RowSet object connects to the database, execute a query to retrieve the data from the database, and then close the connection. So it is just one-time connections. A program may change the data in a disconnected RowSet while it is disconnected. So modified data can be updated to the database after a disconnected RowSet re-establish the connection with the database. So let us say I am connecting and getting the data and then disconnecting, and I am updating the data, taking time. After that again I am connecting, so it will be updated the data to my database server. So JDBC 5.0 package that provides Java x.sql RowSet contains two sub-interfaces of RowSet, JDBC RowSet and CAS RowSet. So JDBC RowSet, a connected RowSet, act as a wrapper around the ResultSet object and allow programmers to scroll through the update the rows in the ResultSet. Okay. By default, ResultSet object is non-scrollable and read only. You must explicitly set the ResultSet type constant to type scroll instantly and set the ResultSet concurrency constant to concurrent updatable to make a ResultSet object scrollable and updatable. So you have to pass that argument. Now a JDBC RowSet object is scrollable and updatable by default, as I said. So cache RowSet, disconnected RowSet. Cache the data of the ResultSet in memory and disconnect from the database. Once reconnecting, okay, updating the data. So cache RowSet is also serializable, so it can be passed between Java application through a network. However, a cache RowSet has a limitation. The amount of data that can be stored in a memory is limited. There are three other sub-interfaces in this package: filter RowSet, web RowSet, and join RowSet. So if you can see this example here. So what we are doing now, if you can see this, just a driver, and we are having one URL here. This is my driver and URL, and this is username, password here, right? And now we are writing class.forName. So just loading driver here at this place, and next is what we are using here, JDBC RowSet. So what we are doing, JDBC RowSet, new JDBC RowSet implementation, and then RowSet.set URL, set username, set password. So all we are using through this object, right? Now RowSet.set command. So we are setting this command, and then we are saying execute. So it will execute this query. Okay. Now RowSet.get metadata, it will return the result set metadata. So you are using just RowSet object to doing all this stuff, right? So then metadata get column cont, it will give you the how many columns, same as we have seen previous, and then we are getting and displaying all the columns here, right? Now we have to display the records. So what we are doing now, RowSet.next. So next will give you the records and then say RowSet.get object. So whole record will come and display here. So it will keep displaying all the records and then end. And we are just having some catch and all here. So I hope you understood this example now. So what is the use of RowSet we have seen? See, all the records are displaying in very organized. So these columns we are getting from the bike name, and you can see this column name, purchased, mileage, all we are getting from the result set metadata, and this whole data we are getting from the row set, right? Okay, so we'll see more stuff on the JDBC, that how to manage database transactions in the next sessions, in the next. So thanks a lot for this.